Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Wednesday, November 29th, 2023 Zoning Committee meeting. I'd like to call the meeting in order. Agnes, please call the roll.
Balakir,
Here.
Kushain,
Here.
Pena Costello, McAuliffe, Lopez, Zagorowski,
Here.
Labrie.
Here. Okay, let's see. In addition, we also have Kim, our attorney. We have Chris from IT. We have Agnes from our City Council office. We have City Councilor Frank LaFlamme. Looks like we have Fred Krampitz. Okay. In compliance with the open meeting law, is anyone either audio or videotaping tonight's meeting? If so, please state your name and address and the reason for doing so. Looks like we might have somebody on Zoom. Could you state your name and address and reason for what you're doing, please? Okay, it looks like reminders there.
Councilor Dobas.
Oh, Councilor Dobas, looks like he just got on. Okay. On Zoom. Okay, and Fred Krampitz is also on Zoom. Okay, we have a couple of housekeeping procedures. Cell phones, please put them on silent and or mute them. If we have public input when speaking, you'll be limited to 3 minutes. Please address the chair. This will be strictly adhered to. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. I think we're ready to start then. Was there a motion about?
Motion to take them.
Okay. Motion made and seconded to take item number 2 out of order. Agnes, can you please take the roll? Call the roll.
Balakir,
Yes.
Kushain,
Yes.
Pena Costello, Zagorowski,
Yes.
Labrie.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you. Passes. Okay. Item number 2, second permit application under Chapter 275, Section 58, subsection C5, for the purpose of a property becoming a mixed property, the creation of one residential unit in a business building located at 386 Chicopee Street. The applicant is Dance Dynamics, Angela Closman, 386 Chicopee Street, Chicopee, Mass. 01013. Could you please come to the microphone and state your name and address and what your proposal is, please?
My name's Angela Klessman. I'm the owner of Dance Dynamics at 386 Chicopee Street in Chicopee, Mass. Asking for a postponement. I did have Frank from the building inspector and the fire department there, and they wanted somebody from like architect and engineering come through just to verify that everything's okay. And between schedules, we just couldn't mix it. And so if I can get a postponement till the next meeting, I would appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Could I get a motion on the floor?
Yeah, one question before the motion.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to tell her about the money that's due on that? No,
Okay.
it's not her obligation, but
Okay.
her landlord owes some money.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Councilor Bree. Yes. Let me just get my note here, please. Item number 2. Okay. All right. It's the end here. Okay, Angela, there's some past due real estate and water and sewer bills here with the building. So I'm just going to read that into the record. So the owner of the building appears to be Mission Center, New Jerusalem, Inc.
Correct.
386 Chicopee Street, Chicopee, Mass.
So they're not using any of that address at all, just to let you know.
Okay, but they're still the owner of record?
Yes.
Of the building, correct? Okay. So as per our other counselor that mentioned this, it looks like there's some real estate taxes that are going to have to be paid in the amount of $8,368.04. And it also looks like there's a water and sewer bill in the amount of $371.12.
That's been taken care of because I actually personally paid that myself to the water department.
Okay. Could we get a receipt with that, please?
Absolutely, I can bring it.
Yes, right. If we could bring that receipt into the office. And there's also another bill here. It looks like personal property tax statement for Dance Dynamics. in the amount of $197.32. So,
Where did that bill go to? Because it's under Dance Dynamics, usually like I'm the one that pays all those kind of bills.
okay.
So where would that have bill went to so that it could pay?
This looks like 29 White Birch Plaza, Chicopee, Mass.
So that Dance Dynamics was actually my aunt's Mary Mason at the 29 Birch Plaza. I didn't own Dance Dynamics when it was at 29 Birch Plaza.
Okay, so if you can just get some clarification regarding that from the city clerk's office.
Okay.
All right, that would be good. Okay.
As far as the excise or it's excise taxes, right? No, not excise tax, property taxes for the 8,000. I have to pay that prior to meeting because I'm not supposed to pay that. Like that was in like the our rental agreement because I'm in the process of trying to buy the building is what I'm trying to do first to have it zoned.
That's something you're going to have to straighten out with the assessor's office.
Okay.
Okay.
So before we have before it gets postponed to the next one, or?
Right. So my recommendation would be to go to the assessor's office and see how that needs to be taken care of.
Okay.
All right. And because the next scheduled meeting that we would have would be December 20th.
Correct.
At 6:30. So you have some time, but again, time is always of the essence. So it's best to go into the department.
Absolutely. I didn't know about the
Okay.
other one. Otherwise, I would have tried to.
Okay. All right. So because again, we can't give any permits out until all the arrears are paid.
Okay.
So that's always that's customary what we do here at City Hall.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. So all right. Thanks, Councilor Bree, for bringing that out. All right. So we have I'll entertain a motion on the floor for a postponement. Postponement to postpone. I'll second that to December 20th at 6:30 at City Hall, our next scheduled meeting. All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
if the applicant can also send us an email requesting, you can send it to Agnes, just requesting a continuance to December 20th. Make sure the date is in there. Just I request a continuance. I'm the applicant, and just put the date in there. We need that as well. So
Okay.
you can just send it to us tomorrow.
Okay. I think I have your email. To your email, you said?
Yeah, you can send it to Agnes or to
Okay.
me. You can come after. You can just want to come over. We'll give it to you.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Counselor. Excuse me, Counselor, is there a question?
Yeah.
Yes. Come up to the microphone.
Are you aware that money owed to the city property?
No.
You haven't seen this at all?
No, I haven't seen anything that they owe for the property at all. Like I said, I'm in the process of trying to buy the building. And I've put a lot of money into the building already. And so we're at where I'm right there, like the bank's already approved me, but because the parking lot is registered as a residential and the building is registered as commercial, the bank's having a problem with the permits and stuff have to get pulled and everything else like that in order for them to approve the loan. So that's why when I had spoken to Lee upstairs, he had said to try and do a zoning to put it as a mix so that I wouldn't have a problem with the bank.
Well, she could get that. She can get that from. Okay. All right. Okay. Any other questions, counselors? I'm gonna, before we vote, I would just like to open this up to public input, please. Thank you, Angela. You can have a seat if you like for a minute, please. Is there anybody here for public input on the audience regarding this particular property of 386 Chicopee Street?
Oh, he signed the application.
Okay. Is there anybody on Zoom regarding public input for 386 Chicopee Street? Okay. All right. Okay. I'll take a motion then to close public input. Okay. And I'll motion made and seconded to close public input. Agnes, can you call the roll, please? Signal then. Okay, all set? Okay. Okay, Agnes, can you call the roll of the motion to postpone to, December 20th for the next city council meeting at 6:30, please, at City Hall?
Valakir,
Yes.
Kushein,
Yes.
Piniac Costello, Zagorowski,
Yes.
Labrie.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, and the motion passes. Let me just write this up. Okay. Yes,
Can you check, that public input?
we did.
You did?
Oh.
Okay,
Yes.
you just make it,
Yes, we
thank
did.
you.
Yep.
We did.
Beth made the motion to close.
Oh, okay. She was, her voice was so low.
But then they just did a motion.
She didn't talk into the microphone, just like he doesn't. So we just did the motion to postpone. Well done. Listen, you're not on this committee, you can just, you know. I was thinking of that as I said that. After. Exactly.
There you go, Bob. Jim.
Where's Ben? Supposed to bring pens tonight.
Who?
Remember tonight?
Did we?
Like 10 in my car, and I, you know.
Okay, so the motion was on the floor to postpone to December 20th, 2023 zoning meeting at City Hall, 6:30 PM at 274 Front Street. And this passed, and this will be going before the full, city council meeting on December 5th, next Tuesday. All right, thank you. Okay. All right. Go back. Okay. Now we will go back. All right, now we'll go back to, item number 1. Special permit application under chapter 275, section 59, subsection C6. The purpose of selling beer and wine in a restaurant located at 32 Center Street. Applicant is Deputy Fernando, 123 State Street, Chicopee, Mass. 01013. Is the applicant here? All right, could you please come up to the microphone and please state your name and address and what your proposal is for this evening, please?
Hi, I'm Deepthi Fernando. I'm a owner of Island Spice Restaurant in 32 Center Street, Chicopee, owned by Valley Opportunity Council. I'm here to get I applied for wine, beer and wine
Okay,
permit.
okay, all right, ma'am. Please take a seat, please.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, thank you. There's a couple of, department reports I have here before we open this up for some further discussion. I'd like to read those into the record. And then, of course, we'll have public input as well. Okay, looking through the file, Health Department. There's a report from that department. Contact the Health Department if adding any new refrigerators or equipment. Engineering Department, no engineering comments. Building Department, looks like there's nothing here. Fire Department, no issues. Then we have a report from the Department of Planning and Development from Lee Polya, and I'll read that into the record. Special permit for 32 Center Street. Councilor Balakir, property zone Business B. Applicant is looking to obtain a special permit or to operate an eating and drinking place with the consumption of alcohol, beer, and wine. Proposed use is allowed by special permit under chapter 275, section 59, subsection C6. Eating and drinking places with consumption of alcohol with or without live entertainment. Proposed property is located in downtown district that has been historically permitted to operate under these conditions. And the business's presence would bolster the long-term efforts to revitalize the city's downtown area. And planning recommends approval of special permit. We also have a report from the collectors in the treasurer's office regarding payment of all bills. It appears that there's a past due excise tax, I beg your pardon, that's due. And let me see. There is an amount of $149.76. So this is an excise tax bill for 2023. This is regarding 2002 GMC vehicle. So this will have to be paid before the next city council meeting. All right. Okay, I think that's it. What I'd like to do is,
Mr. Chairman,
yes,
if we had suggested before that the applicant provide proof that they paid to Agnes, City Council.
okay, yes, thank you, Counselor. So what you'll need to do, ma'am, is you'll have to come in with a receipt of payment of this particular arrearage and bring it into the City Council office and bring this into Agnes. Again, our next scheduled meeting will be December 5th, Tuesday. So if you could bring that in before then, please, so that this way here, this will go before the full City Council that evening. But you have to make sure, again, as a reference, with the other applicant was here, the previous one, that all bills have to be paid, okay? All right. So before we open us up to the floor, I'd like to open this up to public input. So is there anybody here in the audience that would like to speak regarding 32 Center Street for public input? Please make your way to the microphone. You have 3 minutes, please. All right. Please state your name and address. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Steve Huntley, Executive Director of Valley Opportunity Council, 35 Mount Carmel Ave, Chicopee. We're very excited about this. We're very excited about the work that's been done at 28 to 32, I think are the numbers, Center Street, 26 to 32, whatever it is. Moda Mia, Island Spice, great additions to the downtown compared to what was there just 2 short years ago when we bought the building. So we're very excited and we're very supportive of this. This is an element to help them keep the business model sustainable, obviously in the restaurant business. So just as the landlord and as the owner and as a neighbor too, we own, you know, the old Ferris building, we own the Kendall, we own other buildings. And we're just very supportive of this. This vision of downtown with those 3 nice stores next door is the, you know, Good Works Coffee. These are all things that we hope can grow and take on other streets within downtown Chicopee. Thank you.
All right, Steve. All right, thank you. Is there anybody else that would like to speak in public input, please? Again, please state your name and address in 3 minutes, please.
Good evening, Councilors. Jason Reed, 49 West Street, which is here in Chicopee Center. It's very exciting to finally see development happening in the center. I've been a homeowner here for the better part of 20 years, and it's taken a long, long time to see development in the center. So I'm great to have these folks that are you know, planting roots in the center and trying to build their business. So as a homeowner and taxpayer in the center, I would very much think that this is a great idea. So I would be in full support.
All right, thank you, sir. All right. Is there anybody else in the audience regarding public input with this particular property? Okay. All right. Okay. Is there anybody on Zoom regarding public input 32 Center Street, please?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Okay.
I am on Zoom and I am here. Good,
Okay.
good evening.
Please,
Lisa Tots.
please state your, please state. Okay, hold on, please. Please state your name and address, and you have 3 minutes regarding 32 Center Street. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. My name is Lisa Tots, 9 Wolcott Drive, Granby, Connecticut, 06035. I'm here with Island Spice on their behalf, as I am working with them to ensure that we can comply with all requirements and ensure that their business can sustain this. And they're working with a consultant as myself through the Chamber of Commerce and VOC, because they're making sure that they're doing everything right, dotting their i's and crossing their t's. Did you hear anything I said? I can't tell if there's any audio coming through. Thank you, Casey. I can't tell if the room could hear or not.
All set? Okay, sorry, ma'am. We had an IT problem, so again, could you state your name and address and what your proposal is or what your comments are, please? Thank you.
Certainly, thank you again. Good evening. My name is Lisa Tots with LT Consulting. I live at 9 Wolcott Drive in Granby, Connecticut, 06035. I'm here with Island Spice as a representative that I'm working with their business along with the Chamber of Commerce and the VOC to ensure that this is going to work and do everything smoothly so we can get this through the ABCC and make sure that we're doing everything we need to do with full plans for the future and sustainability for the business.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you. Anybody else on Zoom regarding 32 Center Street? Okay, all right. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to close public input first?
Okay, all right. We'll take that motion and made and seconded to close public input. Okay. All right. Agnes, can you please call a roll, please?
Valakir,
Yes.
Kushein,
Yes.
Piniac Costello, Zagorowski,
Yes.
Labrie.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And it passes and public input is closed. Okay, all right, folks. So we've heard the applicant, we've heard a couple other people talking about 32 Center Street. So I'll open it up the floor, motion on the item. Okay, motion to approve.
I think this is exciting.
Okay,
This is part of the downtown redevelopment program. This is a great business, a lot of support here, great family that's investing into downtown Chicopee. So this is definitely moving our downtown district forward. So hats off to the business owner and all the people that are here to support such a positive move for the city of Chicopee. Thank you. Thank you for.
okay, great. Okay, thank you, Councilmember Beth. Councilor, go ahead.
Yes, I just have a question. I drove by there. How many seats do you have in the dining room? 24. Because when I looked in the building, it looked like you had a counter, and then people would go around the counter and go into the seating area. Would be in the front? Okay. And it'd be about 24 in that front? Thank you.
Okay, also Councilor Beth. Any other councilors? Any councilors on Zoom that have questions? Okay, all right, so the motion on the floor is approve the special permit application for purpose of selling beer and wine, restaurant located at 32 Center Street. I will second that motion. No, I don't think we don't need, no, that would be more of a license. And I will put the requirement that the applicant does pay the excise bill before the next city council meeting, okay? All right, okay, Agnes, can you do the roll call and then I'll write this up, please?
Valakir,
Yes.
Kushein,
Yes.
Piniac Costello, Zagorowski,
Yes.
Labrie.
Yes.
Thank you, and this will be a permit to run with the applicant, okay? Let me just write this up. Bear with me for a minute, please. Oh. I'm going to make a recommendation. You chair this.
Mm, how many times somebody tried to do that and never went anywhere? I can host your meetings there. Well, actually, I would show the Vimeos of the meetings there because they're a great comedy show.
Sometimes it is.
We probably can make a lot of money if people come out and watch the council meetings in the movie theaters. Popcorn.
On the big screen.
Our inauguration there.
Thank you.
One of us should be writing for you while you're running the thing that way.
Okay, thank you, Gary. Okay, so there was a motion to approve the special permit application for the purpose of selling beer and wine in the restaurant located at 32 Center Street. And the outstanding excise tax bill is to be paid before the December 5th City Council meeting. And please bring that receipt to Agnes at the City Council office. And this is a permit to run with the permit to run with the applicant. And this will go before the full City Council on December 5th, next Tuesday. All right? Okay, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for your support. Thank you. Great. You're all set. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome.
Good luck. Good luck.
Okay. All right, item number 3. Zone change application from split zone business A/business B to residence A for 9,000 square feet located at 580 Meadow Street for the purpose of the Boys and Girls Club existing, eliminating a small portion of zoning overlapping and causing a split zone on the site. The applicant is the Chicopee Boys and Girls Club, Jason Reed, 580 Meadow Street, Chicopee, Mass. 01013. All right. Could you come to the microphone, please, Jason, and state your name and address and what your proposal is for this evening?
Evening, councilors. Jason Reed, Executive Director, Boys and Girls Club of Chicopee, 580 Meadow Street, Chicopee, Mass. 01013. I appreciate your indulgence as we've navigated the last few months of trying to get our paperwork in order. I believe it is in order now, but I was contacted by Turley Publications saying that it had to be reposted and it was going to be running for the next few weeks. So I believe I may be looking for another continuance until the next meeting at this point.
Okay.
Unless you have information different than I.
I think you are correct. Now, the question is, as I'm looking at the verbiage here, is this supposed to be business A, residence B to res A or res B?
Great question. I believe it was Res A as the rest of the property is zoned currently.
Okay, because the reason why I'm asking that is, I see an application here and Res A is scratched off and I see Res B. So, again, I think we had this issue kind of going back and forth. So, could I just show you this for a second, please?
But nobody knows. Well, why are we even here? You never know what you want. Huh? And where is he right now?
Yeah, he should, you know, be on Zoom or something. I saw him when I came in.
Like, he knows where we are. Because I'm sure the city told him we need you to do this. We should get this.
I don't know
Like we've
why.
done it years ago.
I don't even.
Yeah.
Right.
Been there for a decade now, which is fine. We should be.
Officials now. I'm spotting that and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, all right, thank you. And again, this is from the last time. And I scratched Res A off, I put B, but I see it worded here. Okay, all right, Chris, are we okay now, or? Okay, all right, thank you, so. All right, okay, so we're having a sidebar discussion, Susan, with council. And on this is, so I was reading this. This looks like this is incorrect to Res B. To Res A, but it's supposed to be to Res B.
So, Mr. Chairman, when this started, the Boys and Girls Club went through the planning board, and their application was incorrect. They should have asked for a change to Res B. The planning board was able to change it on the fly at the meeting. We're not able to do that. They did that. That's fine. It came to us. It was still defective, the application. It said to Res A and not to Res B. The change should be to Res B, residential B. So after much thought and research, I recommended that the director come in, make the change, initial it, and then we have another hearing. So we had to postpone a few times to get to this point. And so the plan was, what I recommend is that Jason come in, initial, make the correction on the application, and then they'd have to re-advertise. So we're now on our second continuance, and we have to continue again to December 20th, when we can have a hearing on the matter. Because Turley Publications has to publish now, which they're doing. Hopefully that makes sense. So it's been corrected, but we needed to have it corrected. He had to kind of go back a step and then come back and correct it. So It was my opinion. So my recommendation is that, Jason, send us an email tomorrow saying, I request a continuance to December 20th, and that the board vote on a continuance to December 20th. It has to be to a date certain.
Okay, all right, okay, Counselor. All right, thank you, thanks for your input. Okay, so, all right, Jason, so you understand what you have to do? You have to ask for the motion to continue or continuance. So then it appears that, after speaking with counsel, that he's recommending that we make a motion to continue to the December 20th, 2023 at City Hall. So I will entertain a motion then.
Motion to continue today.
Okay, all right, motion made, and I will second it.
Mr.
Motion
Chairman,
to continue to December 20th, 2023.
do you want to do public input as well before you do that?
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Before we take that vote, yes. Is there anybody here for public input in the audience regarding that? Okay, all right. Is there anybody here on Zoom regarding 580 Meadow Street for public input? Okay, all right then.
Motion to close public input.
Okay, all right.
I haven't done one yet. You either. Shut them all up.
I think it's a combination of both the applicant. Yes, right, right. All right, so, okay, so the motion was made and I'll second it to close public input. All right. Okay, Agnes, can you please call the roll?
Valakir,
Yes.
Kushein, Piniac Costello, Zagorowski, Labrie.
Okay, all right, and so the motion passed to close public input. So the motion was made to continue until the December 20th, 23 at City Hall, council chambers at 6:30 p.m. zoning, and I will motion made and second that. And Agnes, can you please call the roll on that?
Valakir,
Yes.
Kushein,
Yes.
Piniac Costello, Zagorowski, Labrie.
Yes.
All right, thank you, and so the motion passes. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to write this up, and then we're going to sign on this. Year to December.
It's right here again. I think it sounds a very good one. Much in the way. This has not to have. One day, I'm in one of our units, and I went to started my
Okay.
car. So I'm leaving, and the supervisor. A timer in your car? Timer? That's not a bad idea, but a timer in my car? Come on. Captain. Right. What a great idea, right? Put a timer in your car to turn on at a certain time of the day and night. Not a bad idea. You could ask me, but it's a pretty good idea. I mean, you can get this.
Like setting your coffee machine.
Yeah, I mean, Alexa, start my car at 7 o'clock.
Okay, so the motion was made to continue till December 20th, 2023 at City Hall, council chambers at 6:30 p.m. Zoning meeting at 274 Front Street. And this will go before the full city council on December 5th,
No, I want public
Tuesday.
input.
All right, okay, thank you. Okay,
We can't accept it on the agenda.
well, okay, item number 4 is the, regarding the minutes for October 25th, 2023.
Motion to accept the minutes of October.
Okay, motion made and
They have
seconded
his hearing aids in.
to accept the minutes of October 25th, 2023. All right,
Valakir,
Yes.
Kushein,
Yes, I didn't
Piniac
realize it's an
Costello,
ID number.
Zagorowski,
Yes.
Labrie.
Okay, and the motion passes. Okay. Motion to adjourn made and seconded. Okay. Agnes, can you please call the roll?
Valakir,
Yes.
It's
Kushein.
right here. Yes, yeah, it's right here.
Piniac Costello, Zagorowski,
Yes.
Labrie.
All right, thank you, and it passes. All right, thank you, folks. Have a good night. Thank you.